Coastal Nation, Sunburn number 52, and welcome back to Football Trends with me, QB. Now, today's video of 52, I do have some update that everyone at home needs to know about before our big, much anticipated game that we will be playing today, which we will be playing against, Stellenbosch FC, which so far we do believe that Kaizer is looking like a better side, and we've even heard, Kosimpile about this. Something he said, I will also bring you that, but also we're going to be speaking about Naledi Hlongwane and what the coach said in terms of this young player. Actually, not what the coach said, but what the coach wants in terms of this young striker and many more young players. But anyways, before we dive into all of those details, please do make sure that you like the video, you subscribe to the channel, and most importantly, don't forget to click the bell notification so that next time when I post a new video, you will be notified and be able to watch that video. Now guys, how do I start? Well, so far we've seen Kaizer, they've went to in Netherlands for their pre-season and they've played, and that's where we saw the introduction of the young players, players like Naledi Hlongwane, Tulane Mabaso, Kabelo Nkwesa, all of those young players that we've seen so far and we were impressed by. Currently, there's a team in Botswana called Running Galaxy. It's not TS Galaxy, but it's Running Galaxy, which plays in Botswana league, I believe, somewhere around there. So they wanted the player, they wanted to sign the player. Actually, let me just quickly read the statement for you here so that we can hear what Tibebatine. So this is what they were saying. We are eager to bring Naledi Hlongwane on board for the season, but we were informed that Chiefs coach intends to keep him as he's part of the club's plans for the upcoming season. He's a talented young forward who would fit perfectly with our ambitions here. I was very excited about my prospect of working with him and giving him genuine first team opportunities. Well, despite everything else, that might be the case, but Tumfana would be getting some good quality game times, at Running FC. But also, we have to be honest and look at the situations he assesses. Since we saw the introduction of Naledi Hlongwane, he has leapfrogged, some of those players that we've had so far. He has managed to give us high expectations, better than Tashreeq Morrison. Not to say I'm talking about this player in a bad way, but he has managed to show much better performances, rather than the other players. Because at the end of the day, we are struggling with goals, and any player who's giving us goals, at the end of the day, we feel like Umchita deserves, to be able to have the starting lineup. Sorry guys about that end of the day thing. I think things will stop. But anyways, as I was saying, Umfana, as a centre forward that he is someone who does have, those qualities that we do need, especially, going forward. Yes, I know there's still a lot of work that needs to be done in terms of this young player, but loaning him out currently might be sort of a bad idea, because at the end of the day, sorry about that, because currently we are trying to make sure we have a proper team and we're building. And in fact, even Kaizer Town Jr. said something in terms of the players needing depth so that we can be able to compete in all of those competitions. And so far, since things have not been going according to a lot of people what they were expecting. Because to be honest, as I've said, with this season, I feel like we need to make sure that dominating team is no longer there, and I feel like it's something that is going to happen, even though despite the season just started. We saw the games. You look at Orlando Pirates currently league number 11. In paper, it's currently fighting relegation, but obviously it was the first game, and I don't know what happened during that game, but I did watch Mamelodi Sundowns game, and I saw Chipa United could have even won the game if it was not for their missing opportunities. And also, I don't understand why Iskati was on that team or that game against Chipa United, because at the end of the day, I saw 7 minutes being added, and you look at the stoppages of the match, they were like none. There were none. They didn't deserve to be added to 7 minutes. But anyways, it's fine. There's nothing I can do. I have no say in terms of that, but we will see as time goes on. So as I was saying, Naledi Hlongwane is a player that we will need, especially into this new season. And I can tell you for sure, with this season, things are not looking good. not just for us, but for everyone else, because at the end of the day, the teams are here, the teams are showing up. You look at Siwelele FC, Supersport, former Supersport team, you look at them, you look at, other teams, Aboma KC, you look at all of those teams that we deemed in, they are young teams. I think those teams are in for a surprise. They're going to surprise a lot of people, and despite all of that, with the noise and everything, I'm hoping for us, Kaizer Chiefs, to be at least on top of the league, and then we manage to win. If we can win the first opening game today, 5:30, if I'm not mistaken, that's when we will be kicking off the game. So if we can win that game, then definitely things will be proper, massive. That's what we need, because starting the season, you need 3 points, maximum 3 points. That shows you it's okay, you are ready, you are preparing for the new season. So yes, as much as things are not looking good for others, I hope Tina isn't also Sambela. And then also we look at Umfana Lana, this young guy Mshini Obo, who won man of the match recently, a few games ago or a few days ago. I meant to say, he played against this team called Asante Kotoko, where he did so well. He did so well. I could not, even see, could not even see Uti. He was there doing the work. So that is definitely something that we need from all of the Kaizer's players. So listening to him, what he says, no, playing against Stellenbosch away is always hard, no matter the venue. They are a tricky opponent, but I do say we know them quite well, and they must guard against strengths, while also focusing on our strategy to give them problems. We have our plan, and we are keen to go all out to win. So definitely you can see the motivation. Last time when we had something spoken like this by our young player, we saw Ulo punishing the opponents, which was Mamelodi Sundowns, and at the end of the day, we kicked them out of the Nedbank Cup. So even this time, I'm hoping for some of the best performances. But other than that, we look at the situation in terms of lineup prediction. None. I'm not gonna predict anything, guys, because at the end of the day, I feel like each and every player that is going to be given a chance currently this new season, they need to perform. They need to be there. They need to show up. They need to show us why they are there in the first place. So yeah, masingafaka ubani nobani. So far, all of those players, they are hungry and they want to make sure which whenever they are given a chance, they compete and stay there and hold on very, very much tight, so that they can be able to continue playing more games, for the team. But other than that, as I've said, guys, I'm not going to predict. I know any player that you give a chance, even Flavo Silva, I wish Naibangamnez Tuba. And despite coach not being around in the country, still being with his wife and everything else, I do know for a fact Abachita, they are going to try their best to play, not just for themselves, but for the coach, for the fans, and everyone else. And also, most importantly, our, chairman, Naye, we need to give him his flowers. But anyways, Wafetu, I do not have much to say. Those were the updates that I wanted to give to you. Very shocking. I didn't know Wuti Kaizer Chiefs rejected and loan request. It's a loan request to loan the player so that they can be able to use him as a centre forward, and obviously they were going to give him those starting minutes and everything. For me, I feel like it's not a bad move what Kaizer Chiefs did, actually what the coach decided in terms of the young player. Which when at home you might have different opinions or views in terms of this young player, but if you do, please do not shy away from letting me know down in the comment section below. I believe this is it, guys. I do not have much. I hope to see you later on with the match. Peace.